Good evening. I am Professor Ted Atherton. I'm here today to examine a hitherto unknown poem by John Keats, which illustrates a little-known episode of his life. The poem Ode to the Men and a wax cylinder reading were unearthed by longtime librarian Jeff Weed.
Hello there. I'm very excited to bring to your attention it's a manuscript from around 1815 written by one Mr. John Keats. And it's a poem, quite one of his earliest works, and potentially quite one of his finest. Its subject matter of great interest to us is Morris dancing. Quite astounding.
It has even been suggested that this poem, Ode to the Men, not only confirms that John Keats was indeed a Morris dancer, but it provides the template for his later and better-known work, Ode on a Grecian Urn. However, such speculation raises certain questions.
What's a Grecian urn? You earn what you are owed. Ah, yes, I see the light bulbs going on all over the place, yes.
You know, Jamie, when I die, I want to be cremated, and my ashes scattered at Marlboro.
I think you've earned it.
Although the poem has been authenticated by experts,
Yep, she's the real deal, boy.
it is not without its controversy.
Yo, so there was like this post on Reddit with a ton of upvotes, and it said this thing was like totally fake. You know how they said Trump's hair was fake, but then it was fake that it was fake because his hair was real? Because it's like, yeah, we're not talking about Mitch Diamond. Anyway, this thing is fake like the sauna at Marlboro College or Joe Biden.
But it appears that it is indeed the real thing. But what of its meaning?
John Keats, in his recently discovered Ode to the Mans, is the question of transliminal de- or reformatization. Now, taking in mind the sometimes generative porcellation, I would argue that there's a Hockleyan post-mesmeral intubation that must be addressed, or in English, thoraxity.
Hang on a second. This is the famously anti-parody TFMM trying to hide a parody behind a rather dubious faux academic smokescreen. I don't think so.
Ah, yes. The John Keats Morris poem. Yes, I remember meeting with Professor Floyd Crowder at the Man of Kent to discuss this very issue. And we were both in agreement that the London Pride at the Man of Kent is an excellent beer.
We've even tracked down the last surviving teammate of John Keats during his time as a Morris man.
Oh, little Johnny Keats, young man, but an ode soul. Couldn't dance for beans with those long fellows he called for feet, but he would write such pretty words about him. I would say, hang up those clown shoes, because you know what a word's worth. You were a poet, and you weren't even aware of it.
But we shan't joke any further. Here's the wax cylinder recording of John Keats' poem, Ode to the Men.
Thou long, undaunted man of raucous bent, who shuffled off the silence and slow times, deserves an open telling what is meant. Fully detailed would occupy this rhyme. What flowery tales carve your reputation? Of deities or mortals doth thou boast? From dales of Derbyshire to Cuba's coast, what men or gods these? No maidens shun. What mad pursuit of untapped ale in cask? What wild ecstasy? Pray, do unmask. Happy, happy days when jackets shed 1st May to welcome springtime fond renew. Happy melodist, unwearied, forever piping songs forever new. Happy dancing, hankies snapping, sticks a-cracking at the dawn. Forever feeling young, just earnest panting pushes passion's playful excess on. That leaves a dancer's heart well mated, a burning forehead, and a parching tongue. Heard melodies are sweet. Melodians play to the sensual ear of dancers waiting near. Drive capers, splitters, rounds, and galleys gay. Toss up the beauty, hearken to the cheer. Fair youth do sing neath trees before you leave a song so missed one could not bear. Bold lover, never miss a kiss, for winning's not the goal. Thou need not stare, she cannot fade, though thou may miss thy bliss. Forever wilt thou love, and she be fair. Who are these have come to join the dance, all with silken hats and garlands dressed? What country town is emptied of its folk, lured to the music, dancing, and the rest? Let Marlboro men and maidens taste when old age shall this generation waste. Morris shall remain, safe azimuth, a friend to man and woman. Thou sayest too, dancing is beauty, and beauty is truth. Music and dancing is what we doeth.
That was John Keats' long-lost poem, Ode to the Men. This has been TED Talks.
Hey, I hear you're looking for a poem from Marlboro. How about this one? I've polled all the TFMM members, but still can't define Marlboro's splendor. Now, I've made the assumption it's excessive consumption, but nobody seems to remember.